Hey, good morning, guys. So, you guys are getting a raw video today because I realized I wasn't posting because I wanted to be all perfect and everything like that. Uh, I'm not the only one who, has gone through that because, these videos, you put them out there and everybody's going to see your face. Everyone's going to have something to say eventually. You know what I mean? You know how social media seems like it lives forever. And I guess people always think about, like 10 years down the road, you're gonna see this video of yourself where you're like looking not the best and you're like, dang, now you gotta be embarrassed, right? But it is what it is. And I realize that, I'm stopping people from hearing something that I need to say. You know what I mean? Or, you could really block what God is trying to do for you if you're trying to be perfect in the beginning stages, right? So I'm just like let's get it done. You know what I'm saying? What's the word you could say? Oh, she's looking a little raggedy. Okay, and but anyway, so I want to get up here and make a video on this subject. And it's like I'm in the bed because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Um, but I want to make this video because this is something that I really need Christian people to hear. And it's a two-part message. And it came from a dream that I had. It came from a dream that I had. I realized I've been having a lot of dreams uh, where it's basically like these demonic presences showing me things from my past and everything like that. And basically, it's always a dream that tries to make me feel fear or make me feel small about something that happened in the past. And I want to make this video because I realize now that it's just it's making you aware that they are using traumas that you have unhealed, unprocessed against you. And what it does in your waking life is it paralyzes you in anxiety and fear and doubt and unbelief because it causes you to go back into that mentality where you felt helpless. I hope you heard what I said because I kind of ran out of breath a little bit there. But when you have those kind of dreams that remind you of traumas and things that happened in your past, it makes you feel doubt and unbelief within yourself. And it's a very devastating thing because when you feel little and you have doubt and unbelief and anxiety in your chest, it one, it makes you take your eyes off of God and your belief in God because of the way that you feel about yourself. But when you do not believe the identity that God has called you to, you will always live at a lower level. So basically, these demonic forces are using your traumas and things that made you feel small to keep you from reaching your destiny. And you got to come out of agreement with that. If you want to go to a higher level, you do not have to be perfect to start. It doesn't matter if you got some stuff going on right now. God can use that mess. Even if you put it out there, God can use that mess. Somebody is in the same spot as you. And the other thing I wanted to share that this dream has made me aware of is that while you are focusing on your problems, you are focusing on the things that you don't have, you are focusing on all sorts of distractions. These demonic forces have been able to control you enough to give you the same fate as them. Do you know what hell is? Hell is eternal damnation. Everybody talks about the fire and everything like that and the pain and suffering. But you know what is the worst part of hell? The worst part of hell is separation from God, separation from his presence. And when the devil can get you to focus on your trauma, your pain, what's happening around you, what demons and devils are saying and all this other, stupid stuff, it's robbing you of precious time that you could have spent in the presence of God. And I can't say everyone knows, but let me tell you what happens in the presence of God. You're able to get a touch from heaven. You're able to absorb more of him. He's able to get into more of you and remove things that were bothering you. The presence of God is what we need to survive because we were made to worship and be in his presence. We cannot live without the source. God is the source. God is wisdom. God is love. God is everything. That is why he says, I am that I am, because he is everything and all things and all powerful and all knowing. So when you take your eyes off of God, when things take your eyes off of God, including social media, we're spending so much time on social media that we don't even spend time with the Lord anymore. Reading our Bibles is boring and dry. Worshiping is boring and dry because we got to see our favorite little show, or we got to follow some, I don't know, some celebrity or something like that. Somebody who couldn't give two dangs about your life. But these kind of behaviors are causing separation from God, separation from his presence. And so you are, by choice, giving yourself the same experience that the unredeemable, the demons and devils and fallen angels have to live with for eternity. And you're doing it to yourself right now while you're living and awake. And I don't know about you, but a reality where you are experiencing godlessness by choice is a scary reality that I do not want to be part of. God wants to do something for you. God needs you to believe in yourself and who he says that you are. And not just that, but he needs you to believe in him, because if you don't believe in him, you're never going to believe all the things that he wants to do in your life. He has a plan for you. He has a plan for you, and he had a plan since before you were born. You have books that are written about you, a book of life that's written about you. And right now, a lot of you are living beneath your means. And I'm not saying like just you, even myself. You're living beneath what God has called you to, and it's time to come out because things are changing. And some of you, and I'm gonna dare to say that anyone who watches my videos, you are a game changer. You are a major player. You are a powerful piece. And I'm going to reiterate on something I said on one of my old videos. God has told me to give him a touching point. We are his access here. We are his hands and feet here. We were sent here to do a job. I need you to stop believing that your life has no meaning. I need you to stop believing that you have to make a certain amount of money. I need you to stop thinking that, I have to be a certain level of respect and everything in order for, like, no. You are perfect, and you're loved, and you are capable right now. We have to get beyond the lies of the enemy, beyond the schemes of the enemy. We have to remember to keep our eyes on the Lord, because every time we take our eyes off of him, there's a devil waiting there to party with us. And we don't do that anymore. I need you to get serious. And some of you who are on the fence, stop straddling the fence and choose a side, because let me tell you something. If you don't choose a side, that is also choosing a side. If you make a decision that you want to straddle the fence, you have chosen to be lukewarm, and that is God. That's still a form of godlessness. I don't care what nobody say. It's either you're hot or cold, and he's going to spit out anybody who is not on fire. And the Bible talks about the wise virgins. You want to be one of the people who is ready and prepared when the Lord comes. When he comes knocking, you want to make sure that the master sees you at work. So I need you to make a decision. Not just about what you want to do for eternity, but for what you're going to believe and what's going to take your focus, because you're going to allow social media, which is really of the devil, let's be real. A lot of it is mind traps, and they trying to reprogram you, let's be real. Or you could spend some time in your word. You could spend some time in prayer, and you could have a balance. I know people feel like it's boring because, it's like, oh, well, I'm reading all these words. Okay. And I'm going to tell you that's not true, because once you start reading the Bible, man, the Bible is juicy. I'm going to be real. The Bible is juicy. It's real juicy. But I understand people want to have a balance of life, and that, yes. That's good. But let's seek ye first the kingdom of God. So when you rise, let's hit that book. When you rise, let's give thanks to the Father. Let's remember where all our blessings come from. Let's make sure we saying a little prayer in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, he prayed multiple times a day. And then make sure that you are talking to God before you go to sleep, because how the heck you going to know what he needs you to do tomorrow if you don't spend time with him before you go to sleep? We got to remember that we got to put God's business first. Because when you put God's business first, he puts your business first. You'll realize that your life will be blessed. You don't have to do nothing. You really won't even have to lift a finger much once you put God's business first, because then he turns his face towards you, his presence towards you. And when God shines on your life, nothing is impossible. I love you. And please, please, give me some grace on my presentation today. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to make a video because people got to hear what they need to hear. I'll look better next time.